Patty Stalker here at the JV Fletcher Library, and we're in the Storytime Reading Room, and I'm with India Nolen, and you're the Assistant Director of the JV Fletcher Library here in Westford.
I am. Thank you for having me, Patty.
You know, I wanted to come here, and I want to come here a lot to talk about all the different programs that you have, upcoming programs. But with our initial sit down here, what I really want to get across to people in Westford, in case they don't know, of all the wonderful programs that you have here at the JV Fletcher Library. I think a lot of people associate library programs with preschool children, and JV Fletcher Library is a lot more than that. The preschool program is wonderful. I used to bring my kids here when they were little for story time, but there's a lot more happening here.
There is. I do have to say, with our preschool programming, we have basically parents and children that come from towns around. So it has become almost a cult in popularity. But we do focus in the summertime particularly. We have over, I think, 1,300 children signed up for the summer reading program. So it is still all about the kids and them having fun. But we have also wanted it to be a family venue, and so that we have 450 young adults signed up and over 600 adults signed up. And what we do is everybody's winning prizes. Everyone gets to go to programs. Everyone is, having fun reading and loving coming to the library, where there are so many other services that they take advantage of when they come.
I want to talk about some of those other services, but the summer reading program, if you can explain it, you can explain it better than I. It's for the children, for the young adults, and for the parents. It's the same thing. You come in once a week, write down the books that you have read, and you register first. Write down the books that you have read, and you win a weekly prize.
That's for the children, and the reason why with the children it's a little bit more structured and there's more interaction is that Nancy Boutet, who's the head of children's, has created a culture where each child has an interaction with the librarian when they come in. And they actually, it's like the highlight of their week.
Right.
So when children come in, they show, the librarian their log. Sometimes there's 3 librarians waiting for them. This is what I've read. Right. And if they haven't even read yet, this is what, I drew a picture, and they discuss things, and then they do get a prize. But it's their time to have fun.
Right. So I think the children's program is what most people think of. So then the young adults and the adults is a little bit different of a system?
Yes, it gets, the young adults want to be distinguished from the children. So we, the setup is that it's more of a reading, and instead of it just celebrating whatever you read, they're actually kind of, being a little more competitive, and they get certain number of raffle tickets for the amount that they've read, and they have weekly raffles, and then they also are, they have really great programs, a lot of which involve chocolate. But there's hula hooping, and
everybody loves chocolate.
Yeah, they do a lot of creative things. And the adults, it's really made to be kind of simple. You set one goal, and once you've reached that goal, you come in and you get your Kimball's coupon for a kitty cone.
Oh.
But then you get to still be entered in raffles. So it gets, a little bit less, hands-on or demanding as you get older.
You don't need as much affirmation.
Right,
as you
but
get older as well.
I did have one parent sign up on the first day of the summer reading program and came in 2 days later and said, "I reached my goal." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Okay, here's
Shoot
your
for
code."
the stars. Okay, that's wonderful, and I love what you were telling me earlier is that the parents would come in and see the kids getting excited about the program and sort of be like, well, can I do it too? So
well, now they don't have a choice.
Right.
They come in and Nancy Boutet, who's sitting there, all right, kids, come over here. Tell me what you're doing. Parents, you're going over to adults to sign up. I mean, it's a racket, really.
That's terrific. So many programs going on here, and I think that we have to thank the Friends of the Fletcher Library for that. Let's talk a little bit about that, about them.
Okay. Well, we have an executive board of friends who are just fabulous because they support all of our programming and so much more. The 5-year beautification project, which, because at that point we didn't have our planning and design grant and any kind of security that we would be able to expand, they were the ones who footed, who supported us basically redoing the library. They also they have book sales to get to raise funds, and so we're just really, really lucky.
Yeah, the used book sales are sort of a highlight. Has always been a highlight. I got so many of my kids' children's books at those.
It's you're doing those book sales basically are allow you to recycle. Allow you to augment all of your book collections, and they're very family friendly and family oriented, and it's also supporting the library.
You always run into somebody too there. I end up chatting with people like, oh, hey, how you doing? So people are able to recycle their books here. That's just a point that came to my head.
Yes,
you can just
you bring them in. You leave. We have the friends have a box outside in the back, and any time of day or night, just bring your bags of books. And that will turn into financial support for the library.
What other ways do they raise money?
That's really their main way of raising money,
right.
is holding book sales and then their membership. And at this point, 800 friends, I think.
That's terrific.
They keep us being able to offer excellent services. For instance, all these incredible databases and sort of new state-of-the-art technologies are initially supported by the Friends. We try them out, we see if they work, and if they do, then we can we can afford to find a way to get them into the budget. But that's how they keep us state-of-the-art and our customer service standards.
Every town I've lived in, I've had a library card. At every single town, and I must say, this is one of the best libraries that I've ever patronized. It has so much to offer. I think people need to really come in and see the programs. And we were talking earlier that there's always these ideas floating around that kids they should go to school year round, and I'm always of the belief those 2 months off is a time to be with family, to go to museums, to travel, even if it's just day trips or weekends, or go to New York City, or go to the beach, or go into Boston and walk around. And also a great time to take advantage of all the things that are going on at your local library. So what are some of the things that you do here besides the summer reading program?
I think it's just important to also point out that this is, it's almost like the library is a place where people come of any age, and they can have a one-on-one interactive, almost relationship. We have homebound. We serve the homebound. We have elderly folks who come in and use all of our services, and for them, part of it is just the experience of being able to interact with the librarians, talk about literature, talk about the world. So we serve, we have all these incredible books and technology, but it's also sort of a community resource of being a place where people can come and just socialize. And that's huge in this world, to have a place where you can just feel that you can, be around people and talk and have somebody who's interested in you and your life, or just slow down.
It's true, that mentality of, the librarian, and those days are gone.
We have to have one room in the library that is the quiet room.
Oh, that's true.
As opposed
Absolutely.
to the rest of the library, which is totally noisy. So we have the Veronica D. Whitehouse silent study. So people who want the shh have to go into this room.
But and that's understandable. But it is. It's you come in and you feel welcome here.
Thank you.
Definitely. And a lot of times it's just, well, I've got an hour to kill. I'll go to the library. And so you can go on the internet, with the computers that you have here. You can peruse the CD collection, download some on your iPod to work out at the gym. If
pick up an audiobook for your commute or a play away. Pick up movies now
DVDs.
for the car.
Yeah.
Sit and just relax and read a magazine.
Yeah.
Chat with the reference staff or the children's staff. I mean, it's just there's so many. Services that we provide that aren't just about what we circulate.
What are your hours here, so people will know?
Okay, so Monday through Thursday, we're open from 10 to 9. Fridays, we're open 1 to 5. Saturdays, 10 to 5. And then we have Sunday hours from January through April, that 2 to 5.
Okay, so for school and studying and that sort of thing.
Absolutely. We'd love it to be all year round, but we have, has to be
financial.
funded.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else you'd like people to know other than come on in?
Well, I just I just think that if you haven't stopped by the library yet this summer, please do, or go online and use our resources, because we are open 24/7 through our website. And
Good way to reserve passes too. I'm sorry, but I wanted to get that in there. The museum passes, which I utilize all the time, school vacation weeks, and I utilize them in the summer as well.
You can do that online. You can watch. There's so much you can do online now. We have online magazines, digital magazines. We have downloadable digital audio and ebooks. We have online streaming of films that have been award winners at all of the Cannes and film festivals. I mean, it's just.
I didn't know that.
I know. It's you just go on and
Wow.
the website and you start going, what's that? What's that? What's that?
Wow, I say I've been on the website. I didn't even navigate through it enough to realize that you had those features as well. Do you need to have a library
A
card?
Westford Library card.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's terrific.
And downloadable music. Free Gull allows you to download free music every single week.
Okay, I'm going to check that out. What's the website? What is it?
It's www.westfordlibrary.org.
Okay. Thank you, India Nolen, so much for joining us here today in this beautiful room.
Thank you
It's so
so
warm
much.
and inviting, and so is your staff, so is this library. And I'm going to come
Thank
in
you.
now and bug you every couple of months at least to talk about some of the future things that are happening here at JV.
It's really my pleasure.
Oh, terrific. Thank
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.